Have good day, America. We're diving deep into the second day of President Donald Trump's historic state visit to the United Kingdom, a rare honor for any U.S. leader. As of this evening, September 18th, 2025, Trump has wrapped up key talks with Prime Minister Keir Starmer at the picturesque Chequers estate amid discussions on Ukraine, trade, and the enduring special relationship. But beneath the handshakes and headlines, tensions simmer over Russia's war, economic deals, and lingering protests. This isn't mere ceremony, it's a high-stakes diplomatic dance with implications for NATO, global security, and transatlantic ties. We'll guide you through the day's events, from the morning archives to the afternoon pressers, and explore the controversies bubbling up. Join us as we unpack it all, moment by moment, because in international politics, every gesture matters. Let's set the scene with a quick recap of yesterday's pomp at Windsor Castle, the ancient royal residence that hosted the visit's ceremonial kickoff on September 17th. Trump and First Lady Melania arrived by helicopter, greeted by King Charles III and Queen Camilla with full military honors. A 41-gun salute boomed across the grounds, followed by Trump inspecting a guard of honor from the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards in their iconic bearskin hats. The day featured a spectacular joint flypast by US F-35 jets and the RAF's Red Arrows, streaking the sky in red, white, and blue, a vivid symbol of shared military might. Inside, the Trumps toured the castle's state apartments with the royals, including the Princess of Wales, Catherine, who joined for cultural exchanges. The evening culminated in a lavish state banquet in St. George's Hall for 160 guests, where organic Norfolk chicken and British classics graced the table. In his toast, Trump hailed the special relationship, referencing his restoration of Winston Churchill's bust to the Oval Office and emphasizing the English-speaking world's shared values of freedom and strength. King Charles responded with praise for the enduring friendship, subtly nodding to Ukraine by highlighting joint efforts against tyranny, a gentle prod amid ongoing concerns over U.S. support. Shifting to today, September 18th, the visit pivoted from royal splendor to political substance as Trump traveled to Chequers, the Prime Minister's countryside retreat in Buckinghamshire. Arriving around midday, Trump was welcomed by Starmer for bilateral talks that lasted several hours, focusing on critical global issues. The agenda was packed. High on the list was Russia's war in Ukraine, with Starmer urging Trump to ramp up pressure on Vladimir Putin and sustain aid to Kyiv, a point echoed in Charles's banquet remarks the night before. Trump, who has expressed frustration with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for not pursuing a deal, reiterated calls for European nations to cut off Russian oil purchases, though he stopped short of new commitments. The leaders also touched on Israel's conflict in Gaza, NATO defense spending, where Trump pushed for allies to meet the 2% GDP target, and emerging tech collaborations. A standout moment at Chequers was the unveiling of a massive US-UK tech partnership, dubbed the Tech Prosperity Deal, aimed at boosting innovation and jobs on both sides of the Atlantic. American giants like Microsoft pledged $30 billion for AI infrastructure, including the UK's largest supercomputer. Google committed $6.8 billion for data centers, and Nvidia announced deploying 120,000 advanced chips, the biggest rollout in Europe. In total, US firms are injecting over $204 billion, 150 billion pounds, into the UK economy, expected to create thousands of jobs, particularly in northeast England. Officials framed it as a win-win for prosperity, with side agreements on civil nuclear cooperation to enhance energy security. However, lingering trade frictions surfaced. The UK secured carve-outs from Trump's Liberation Day tariffs for cars, plane parts, steel, aluminum, and agriculture, but industries like bioethanol face challenges, with plant closures looming. While the leaders projected unity in a joint press conference at Chequers, with Starmer calling the talks productive and Trump touting the unbreakable bond, the visit hasn't been without its shadows. Protests persisted in London, with demonstrators waving signs like MAGA Dump Trump, and activists from Led by Donkeys projecting images of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein onto Windsor Castle walls the night before. 4 protesters were arrested for malicious communications, and climate activists disrupted a GOP dinner in Windsor with chants tying Trump's drill baby drill energy policies to environmental harm. London Mayor Sadiq Khan doubled down in an op-ed, blasting Trump's divisive approach as from an autocrat's playbook. Even Elon Musk's recent far-right rally comments calling for revolutionary change in the UK added fuel amid anti-immigration protests. Drawing crowds. Security remained tight with 1,300 personnel deployed, but the optics underscored domestic divisions. Social media captured the mix. X-users shared videos of the Red Arrow's flypast and Banquet toasts, praising the alliance, while others highlighted protests and Epstein projections, questioning the visit's tone. One post noted the absence of the 2019 Trump baby blimp, reflecting a shift from jubilation to somber critique. Melania's sunflower-hued gown at the banquet was interpreted by some as a subtle nod to Ukraine, complementing Camilla's blue ensemble. The visit wraps tomorrow with Trump's departure, but not before potential last-minute announcements. Guests at the banquet included Trump's team like Susie Wiles and Stephen Miller, alongside UK dignitaries. This marks Trump's second state visit, the first in 2019 under Queen Elizabeth II, a rarity that highlights the UK's strategic outreach amid Brexit and global uncertainties. Now, as a seasoned political commentator attuned to the nuances of international relations and domestic ripple effects, I'll provide a balanced take on what this visit signifies and where it could lead. This engagement underscores Britain's calculated use of soft power, royal charm, and historical nods like Churchill to influence Trump's America First agenda, particularly on Ukraine, where Starmer's push for sustained aid tests U.S. commitment amid Trump's deal-making frustrations. The tech deal is a tangible win, fostering economic interdependence and countering China's tech dominance. But unresolved tariffs signal ongoing frictions that could hinder broader trade pacts. Protests reflect polarized views on Trump, amplifying far-right sentiments in the UK, while highlighting risks of social unrest if economic benefits don't trickle down. Diplomatically, reinforcing NATO and Ukraine's support could unify the West against Russia, but if Trump wavers, it might embolden Putin, complicating ceasefires. Looking ahead, success here might inspire similar outreaches from allies, strengthening transatlantic bonds, but failure, say if protests escalate or deals falter, could strain relations, pushing the UK closer to EU ties. In my view, it's a reminder that pageantry often masks power plays. Can soft influence sway hard policy, or will divisions prevail? Time will tell, but this visit plants seeds for either deeper cooperation or fresh challenges. America, Trump's UK sojourn is more than meets the eye, a blend of history and hardball. What do you think? Alliance boost or bump in the road? Comment below, like for more insights, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We'll see you tomorrow.